Hey guys, Dave Men's Laundromat Millionaire here. I was just sitting here on my couch while my wife visits outside with one of her teaching friends, and I was thinking about a conversation I had the other day. Someone mentioned to me that they they asked me one day. They said, "What's with this Laundromat Millionaire stuff?" And I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What's with it?" And they said, "Well, what's that all about? It seems kind of braggy." And I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, well, the Laundromat Millionaire thing kind of came about because I was on a podcast not too long ago, kind of telling my story, and they just referred to me real casually as the Laundromat Millionaire. And I had never really thought of myself as a millionaire. Obviously, I love the laundromat industry, but I never really gave it a whole lot of thought until I went back and watched the podcast after it aired. And I thought, wow, that's kind of a catchy name. You know, when people think of laundromats or laundromat owners, they don't really think of millionaires in the same word. And so, honestly, I just saw it as kind of a unique opportunity to sort of create a brand. And the main reason that I wanted to create a brand was that I have realized a few years ago that my journey before getting into entrepreneurship, and especially after getting into entrepreneurship, is kind of a unique journey in a lot of ways. And I've realized that every time I tell someone my story, they're they tend to be inspired by it. And so I just wanted to kind of put this out there and let everybody know, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I hope that you all realize that it's sincere and genuine. Because what's really happened is in my journey in the laundromat business, and even investing in general, real estate or whatever, basically what's happened is about 4 years ago, I guess, about 6 years into my journey, I started having people ask me questions. And I had learned a ton in those 6 years. And I had learned a ton by really three or four different avenues. One of them was just reading and reading and reading and reading anywhere I could get information. Another one was listening to podcasts and YouTube videos and things like that. Another one was just networking with people, fellow entrepreneurs, especially in our industry, at places like the Clean Show, Excellence in Laundry, webinars, things like that. And lastly, I really learned a lot from people just by being around them and watching how they interacted with others and with each other, and learning from their life stories. And one of the things I kind of picked up on was, for some strange reason, especially in the laundromat industry, after about 6 years, I saw a pretty good level of success, and people started to recognize it. And all of a sudden, one day, I somehow transitioned from a newbie, something that I always saw myself as in our industry, to now people referring to me as an industry veteran. Um, and I never really saw myself that way, but I woke up one day and realized that there was a lot of people in the industry that knew a lot less about the laundromat industry and even entrepreneurship and real estate investing than I did. And that I had really gained a lot of knowledge over that time. And I had reached a point where I had an opportunity to to give back and to provide value to others, and that other people were starting to look up to me. And I've always kind of been raised that if you're in a situation where you have an opportunity to help others, you have knowledge and education that can help them be successful, that you should just do it. And so, to answer a lot of your questions that you've been sending me messages about why I'm doing what I'm doing, the answer is I'm not doing it to make money. If someday the Laundromat Millionaire brand makes me money, that's okay. I'm not opposed to it. But it's not my focus, and it wasn't the reason that I started doing this. Um, so if the brand and the name Laundromat Millionaire comes off as a little braggy, I understand that and I respect it. Just know that that's not really who I am, as an individual. That the main reason I'm doing this is I want to bring value to you. I want to bring value to anyone that I can. And if it's a few hundred people or a few thousand people in my life, then I'm okay with that. Um, no. Sorry, my son just walked in and asked me if I knew where a flashlight was, which I don't. Anyway, one of the things I love about being an entrepreneur and a business owner and making videos like this is I can do it and still be at home. with my family, spending time with them. So I know this probably isn't the most polished way to run a YouTube channel or other mediums, but this is who Dave Menz is. I'm very real, and I'm not going to edit that out, to be honest with you. But anyway, the reason that I created the Laundromat Millionaire brand was really just to find a catchy name that people would remember, that they could come to me through my channels. Right now, those are on LinkedIn and on Facebook and on the YouTube channel. And I don't know if I have other channels down the road, but ultimately, my goal is just to help you. And what happened at about the 7 year mark is a lot of people started asking me for help. And they would, hey, do you have 20 minutes to talk on the phone? Do you have 30 minutes for an email? What have you? And I always just said, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, if I could jump on the phone for an hour and help somebody out, I'm happy to do so. And so what ended up happening is over the next 2 or 3 years, I got in a situation where I was spending some weeks 10, 20 hours on the phone, texting, sending emails, or what have you. And I reached the point where I realized it was really cutting into my lifestyle and the situation that I was, the lifestyle that I had built for myself. And I want to help people, and I want to bring value to people as best I can, because so many people helped me on my journey, and still continue to help me in my journey to this day. But one of the things I realized is that it wasn't a very effective medium to help people one on one. It's pretty inefficient. And so when it comes to one on one time with people, that's why I created my consulting and coaching business. And I do charge for those services. But the reason that I've created these other mediums is because I really want to be in a situation where I can help other people and bring value to other people and not have to charge. And I don't know how big these mediums or these channels will become. And that's not really my focus. My focus is just to help people one at a time. So ultimately, the reason that I'm making this video is just to kind of get it out there in the world, why I do what I do and why I help people. And this isn't how I make a living. This is not how I really make money. For the most part, I do some one-on-one coaching and things like that. But mainly, I'm doing this just to bring value to the entrepreneurial small business community, and laundromat industry in any way that I can. And if I can put one video out or do one podcast interview, and it's out there on the internet forever and ever, helping people, then that's a pretty powerful thing. And so ultimately, to answer all of your questions, that's why I'm doing this. I'm not a polished media person, and I'm never going to be in that situation. That's just not who I am. But I am going to continue to try to help others, try to bring value to the industry, because that is who I am. And you're going to get things that are pretty raw from me a lot of times, and you're going to get things that are really very real from me. I'm not going to do a lot of editing and things like that. But this is just who I am, Dave Menz, the Laundromat Millionaire. For those of you that ask, yes, I am literally a millionaire, which I guess is why they refer to me that way. But that's not really as impressive as it used to be, just from even from a status perspective. So I don't feel like I've arrived by any stretch of the imagination, but I know there's a lot of people out there that are in positions in life and in business, that are where I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And so I know I can help a lot of those people. And that's ultimately why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I hope you understand that. Hope that makes a little bit more sense to you. And I hope everyone has an awesome weekend, and take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.